I shall go and get a hedge cutter immediately.
Yeah.
No, dear, I'm staying with the clippers. Thank you.
Hello.
Listen, I just got to say something really quickly. I am wearing a cardigan in August because I'm cold.
Put the heating on.
Well, I'm not.
Well, I don't.
Well, I don't know. I have nothing to say to you. I'm sorry. I'm wearing a cardi in August. What the hell?
August. What's going on?
I know.
And Sherry, I love the cold shoulder, darling. The cold shoulder.
And my bracelet.
Oh,
Glamour.
very glam.
Very, very Marilyn Monroe-ish, I think.
That's right.
Oh, Dee, actually, I know it's not what to wear, but actually I like what you're wearing today, Dee. What is that?
Oh, this I got from your friend called Kira, not your daughter Kira. But
Yeah.
isn't it gorgeous? It's like a sundress, but I'm hoping that it will lure the sun.
Yeah, because I've got clouds and cold. Bitter.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
I'm not
know.
Marilyn Monroe.
But now, interestingly enough, what have you got on your feet, Harriet?
Well, one moment, caller. I have got this glorious, I'm going to use the word clog, but she's not. She's lighter. And she's a lovely navy blue. And
Ooh.
it's absolutely divine. And it's from Pavers.
Yeah.
I have my white little shoes, which I
Oh.
absolutely adore.
Ah.
What are they? Loafers? Is that what you call them? They're leather loafers, and they are also from Pavers. And what have you got?
I've got like Birkenstocks, but they are pavers and they're so comfortable and very classy and
Oh, they
very
look gorgeous.
trendy. They're gorgeous.
Well, and now, because we are Paverites, Sherry hasn't
Yes.
got her. They haven't arrived, have they?
Not yet.
She's having problems with her post, but because we have become Paverites, they've decided to give us some shoes for the competition. Well, actually, they're going to give us a voucher of £100 to enter. So if you enter their competition on our website, amazingwonderbirds.com, you could win some lovely shoes like we've got. And also, they do fantastic bags. They haven't sent us any of those yet. They're not very
No,
nice.
I'm rather
We would like
bitter
a
about
tote
that.
Bag.
Yes, I'm better too.
We would like a tote bag. We love a bag. But so don't forget to enter our
No
Pavers
pressure,
competition.
Pavers.
Was that, Harriet?
I said no pressure on Pavers
No
to give us
pressure.
back.
No, no. But I do love my shoes, and I know Sherry wants a pair of these as well.
I like it. Go on their website, you'll see all the different colours, and you'll see all the different bags and everything that Pavers do. They don't just use. So, but go on their website and have a look. They're lovely.
Absolutely.
And don't forget to enter our competition, amazingwonderbirds.com, and you could win £100 worth towards your favourite shoes.
Yeah.
So it's fab. You could buy quite a few pairs for that. Anyway, what day is it again? Monday?
Monday afternoon,
Monday
darling.
afternoon. And we've got a very special guest today because she's the second longest running female radio presenter. She's also a television presenter now for Sky News and a multitude of other things. And she's the amazing Liz Kershaw. Hey!
Hello there.
Hi, Liz. Hi, Liz.
Good afternoon.
How
Hello.
are you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fine. I had such a great summer. Funnily enough.
You look so brown.
Well, I've been outside since March, basically.
My God, doing what?
Gardening. I never saw myself as a gardener. I thought it was for like Billy No Mates, but there's nothing else to do, and I've got a garden. So I've only bought 2 items of clothing online in lockdown, but I bought a lot of power tools. So I've now got
There's no answer to that.
a chainsaw, I've got a hedge cutter, and I've really got. And I've been outside, and it's been really good exercise because you feel it the next day in your muscles. So I know what it's doing. You can get in the sun. So, and I've been to a lot of beaches, UK beaches. So,
Well, darling, can I just say, if you've got your power tools and you want to do a bit of gardening, my garden, it's ready and waiting. It's not a problem.
enjoy
Mine
it.
too.
I'd like a man to do something with power tools.
Okay, that's
I'm
enough,
sorry,
Debbie.
that's-
That's enough,
yeah.
Debbie. It's only Monday
Yeah, we don't
afternoon.
wanna hear that.
Way too much.
I tell you, the
Too much information.
men find power tools very attractive. I sent a photograph to somebody of me, my hedge cutter, and he replied he'd got an erection. So there you are. There's a tip for it.
Excellent. That's what we want to
get a
hear.
hedge cutter immediately.
Yeah.
No, dear, I'm staying with the clippers. Thank you.
Yes, exactly. We've got like a male version with some of us. Not all of us, I have to say, Liz, but some of us. But Liz, I miss you so much with our lovely quizzes. We do quizzes together.
What?
And also our charity shop runs. We do get amazing bargains.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to stop you there. What quizzes do you two do together?
Quizzes at my house, and
Tell us about the charity shops.
well, Dee is so pleased to meet me because she lives in one of the charity shop capitals of the United Kingdom, because it's dead posh where she lives. So I've been on a couple of trips now, and we've met up and had lunch and then gone round and ransacked the charity shops. And they are, I mean, I'm not a labels person, but I know bargain when I see one. So, things like Ted Baker, Chanel copy jackets, and Prada, Burberry shoes and handbags.
Wow.
Yeah, it's rich pickings down there.
That's very
It is. Just outside London. It's really good, yeah.
Have you found?
Fucking-
Can you show us anything?
Well, I'm on holiday with friends at the moment, so I only got a couple of things. But for example, these espadrilles, they are a Spanish label, and they were £6, perfect fit.
Ooh.
And we Googled the make, and online they're 190 quid,
Wow.
Oh,
£6.
Impressive.
Then this top, well, this was a dress, and it was far too short, so I've chopped it off, and it's now a funky top to wear with white,
oh, that's
Did
lovely.
you chop
lovely
it off with the
colours.
hedge cutters, darling?
and then soft.
Did you cut it with the hedge cutters?
Yeah, that was about £2.99, and then this blinky grey
Good one.
bias cut dress was £6. Perfect. Yeah. So just a
No, if
couple of
I bought anything in a charity shop, I would just look like Hattie Jakes and carry on something. Nothing would fit, and I would need. It's never going to happen.
Nonsense.
I have bought
Ger-
stuff from
so
a charity
Gerard's
shop actually
Cross.
a lot.
Is
Well done.
Gerard's Cross the capital of charity shops in the country?
Yep.
Gerard Cross, and also where my family lives, in Bramhall and Wilmslow and that part of Cheshire, footballers' wives, the Golden Triangle, amazing stuff that people just chuck out.
Well, the thing is that I live in Cobham in Surrey,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we have a charity shop because where all the footballers are. But one of the funniest stories ever about the charity shops, I don't know if you've heard this before, but it's absolutely true, is that Chris Tarrant used to live up the road. And one day he went into the local charity shop and he found all these suits, 6 suits. He thought they were brilliant. Nothing ever fits him. They all fitted him. And he bought them all and took them home. And they were the suits that his wife had just sent to the charity shop. So he brought them all back again.
That's hysterical.
That is hilarious.
It
And
just shows.
Liz, you said to me that you thought Sherry was really hilarious. What have you seen Sherry in then that you think she's hilarious in?
Well, I've seen it on TV, but also we went on holiday to Mallorca, me and my friend, and she had a book, and she was laughing out loud on a sun lounger and reading it. And I can't remember exactly now, but I thought my kind of girl, because what's a lot of scrapes you've got into, especially with unsuitable men, and I thought I can really relate to this, too much drinking, too much smoke, all of it. And there was one incident, I can't quite remember, where something about being waking up in a hotel bedroom with a glass. Anyway, it was fantastically candid, and I thought, I love this woman, because it just makes us feel less like shit, because we've done all these things and feel ashamed, but no.
Oh,
We'll never grow up. I mean, I'm still doing it. We'll never grow up, hopefully.
hopefully. Also, you have I made me laugh when I read this morning because I didn't know. But my mate Carol Vorderman and you were in a band together.
Yeah, in Leeds. She just started on Countdown, so she was a massive start in Leeds. But it was Channel 4, one of Channel 4's first programmes, wasn't it? So it hadn't gone global. And she was my near neighbour. And my brother saw her on the countdown and said he fancied her and would have fixed him up. So I did. And she swept into our flat in these tight coffee-coloured leather jeans and a sweater, and she just had a haircut because when she first started on countdown it was long and straight.
Very long hair, I remember her.
Yeah, but a bit like Morticia on the Addams Family.
I think she's going to be too happy with that bit of imagery, but anyway.
But then she had this great haircut and like blonde tips, excuse me. And so we both decided, we were way ahead of our time, we were way ahead of the Spice Girls. We decided we'd be this raunchy girl band with basques and whips, and we'd do girly vocals and dirty guitars. So we used to practice at her house, and her mum used to make tea and biscuits. And so we did a fiddle session because we played our tape to a guy at a Billy Bragg gig, and he took it and got us a pill session. And
What were you called?
Dawn Chorus and the Blue Tits. I was Dawn Chorus and the Blue Tits.
It sounds like something Dee should be part of now with you. I'm just saying.
I think you'd revive it. Yeah, definitely.
Can I ask you something? Can I ask you, when did you realise your sense of presenting, of talking to people, to communicating, when did that start? Was it at school? Did you hold court? What was it, that initial moment of you realising you were a force?
Ooh, I don't think I did, in that I could turn it into a profession.
Yeah.
But I knew that I'd had the best training in life from my grandma, who ran a pub, and she had to get on with everybody. So she could talk to a guy who'd just come in from the mill after a shift in a cotton mill, with dying of thirst for a pint. She could talk to people who'd gone home, scrubbed up, put the cocktail frock on and come in for a martini. She could talk to local businessmen. And I just observed that, really thinking about it. And then I heard the phrase later in life, you can talk with men and walk with kings, or the other way around. And my grandma could do it with anybody. And she also used to switch her voice, which I will never do. She was like Annie Walker on her August Return. So
Brilliant.
if this guy came in from the mill, it'd be, hello, what can I get you? And if she went round to the cocktail bar, she'd say, hello, what would it be this evening?
What was your first job then, where all this sort of learning came into force?
Well, the first job was washing glasses for her in the pub.
Yeah, I mean in your professional job.
No, and then so the first job on the radio was doing a gig guide on Radio Air. So in those days there were no computers, obviously, or Google. So I had to ring round all the venues and put together a list, and I had a 5-minute slot a week. Just going, and that was because I had a passion for it. I was going to these gigs, and I was also doing some of them. So that's, and then the station manager said, "Oh, somebody's been run over by a bus." Oh, I think great, so I got to do this show on a Saturday night, and then I went. That was on Radio Air, and then I went into Radio League to sell them something, because my day job, my proper job after university, was working at British Telecom, and I went to sell the BBC in Leeds a new phone system, and he stopped me and he said, you seem like an intelligent girl. Do you know anything about pop music? So I said, oh yeah, I'm in a band, and I write a column for the Yorkshire Post. And he said, oh right, I'd like to do a voice test. And I thought, oh God, that's not going to go well, is it, on the BBC? Anyway, I got this monthly show on a Wednesday night, 10 till 12 on a Wednesday night, on the Rocks with Liz Kershaw. And there were local bands, and there was a big hall in this Radio Leeds building at the time, where they had orchestras. And so we had bands on, and some of those bands went on to be huge in the 80s.
So that was quite groundbreaking then. A, you were a woman. B, you were in a band. C, you had your own show, and you were presenting live music. That's quite rare.
My role model then, on the radio, my role model had always been Anne Nightingale. They used to do my homework on a Sunday afternoon listening to her. And she was the only woman on Radio 1.
Absolutely.
And then along came Janice Long. So I'm in Leeds, not a thought in my head that I could be on the radio, just getting ready to go out every night, every weekday night, something, and listen to Janice and just picking the music and everything. So, no, it never occurred to me I could do it, but I'd loved music since I was tiny, and I obviously had the gift of the gab. So,
the thing that I remember the most about you, Liz, was the fact that you had such a strong regional accent, because Anne Nightingale didn't, and neither did Janice. They were all a bit softer. And I remember, because I'm from Sunderland, you know, and so, and I had to lose the way I spoke, you know. And in those days, you know, when I first started acting, I couldn't speak like that because people just didn't talk like that. But now, of course, it would be completely different, wouldn't it? So, but though I had to lose my original accent, but you kept yours. And I was really so impressed that people, I think you were the start of people keeping their regional accents, weren't you? You pioneered that.
Well, thank you for that, because I was, because Janice really toned down a Liverpool accent, and it used to annoy me a bit, that. But I went on there, and I didn't think my accent was any kind of problem, because that's how we all spoke in Rochdale, and I went to Leeds University, so it's no problem living there. When I moved to London to be on Radio 1, I thought, oh my God, what's all this? And I remember the Sun did a big piece one day, which really hurt me, and it said, Liz Kershaw to be sacked because people listening to subtitles. And I rang the management and said, is this genuine? It's not at all, don't worry about it. Well, that's the kind of abuse I got. You know, there's a certain DJ on there who's still on the radio who said, oh, just dismiss me, oh, she's thick. Well, why would he say that? Only because of the way that I sound my calls.
You're far from thick, darling. And I remember you with Bruno doing a fabulous double act. I used to listen to you as I was driving in the 80s, thinking, she sounds really interesting and exciting.
We did have fun. But going back to the thing about the North East accent, I would still say there's work to be done, because if not in entertainment or music, but think about the people on the BBC reading the news, and you've got Welsh people, you've got Scottish people, you've got received pronunciation English. There's no Geordie on there, for want of a better word. There's no Brummie. There's no Bristolian. There's nobody from Norwich. Yeah. You can have a Scottish, Irish, Eamon fantastic, successful Irish, and good on him. I love him. You can have Scottish, Irish, Welsh. You can have received pronunciation English. There are still no regional English accents in serious programming, and that
except for Anton Deck, of course.
No, that's entertainment. I'm talking about news and current affairs, which is seen as there's one, and that's Clive Myrie, also from Leeds, and he's brilliant. But he's been on. I wrote to the head of news at the BBC about 5 years ago and pointed this out and said, this is really, really disgusting in this day and age. Anyway, I'm glad. I think Clive's brilliant, and he should be on there, whatever accent he's got. But we're still trying to cut through in that department. Yeah.
It's very weird that many years ago I did English language tapes for Oxford University, videos teaching foreign children to speak English. And before that, they used to have these videos and these language tapes where everybody spoke like that. Everybody spoke like that. And what happened was that people were learning English all over the world with these tapes, and they'd come to England, they couldn't understand anybody because people didn't speak like that. So we pioneered these tapes. So we had an American, but we had David and I, my ex-husband and I did these as well. And we spoke like that. We had to speak in London accents. So the first people that they heard when they got off the plane were relatable to us and the way we spoke.
Yeah.
What are you doing now? What work are you doing now? What's coming up?
Well, I just do the Saturday show on BBC Six Music, which I've been doing. I've been on there since it launched. I had to launch it in 2002, and I love it because I can play what I want. And that's it really, apart from bits and pieces, because I've worked 7 days a week. I like being invited to do, you know, different things, but I don't ever want now to be getting up at 3:30 in the morning, you know, driving to London or putting makeup on. I've done today for you guys, but not on a Monday, no. So I'm quite happy now with my work-life balance. And I started, my grandma died 20 years ago, and she left me from the pub. She left me quite a small amount of money, really, and I used it as deposits on houses and flats because I thought nobody's going to look after me in my old age. So I did that, and they're just all getting paid off now after 20 years. So that's really comforting and exciting that I know that I'm not dependent on anybody asking me to do something, you know.
That's great.
Well, you know what, Liz, we would love you to come back on this show again because you're so interesting.
We would. And can I just say one more thing? Liz,
Yes.
I wanted to say thank you for that fabulous donation you gave for Great Ormond Street at my charity ball. That was so generous of you. Thank you.
Well, they were all being a bit stingy on that item, and I knew what it was worth, and I thought, I'm not having this, so I'll be... Can I just say one thing to all of you, because you might not know this, but when I was a little girl in Rochdale, my role model was Sylvia Anderson, or rather, no, it's true. And I used to think, a woman, she's my role model because she had her own job, she had her own money, she had a big house, she had a fast car, she went for holidays on a private island, she was in prison, she had the most fabulous fashions and hair, and I thought, I want to be like Lady Penelope. And then I got to know Sylvia because she came on my show a few times, different shows. And then when she died, Dee found my details in her contacts and got in touch with me. And it was so great, we've become firm friends. So I'd like to say,
absolutely,
thank you, darling, for everything that your mother and you have given me in life. Thank you. Wonderful.
That's so beautiful.
Welcome.
Beautiful.
Thank you, darling. You're brilliant.
You, darling. We'll hope to see you soon.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, Liz.
Bye, Liz.
Bye, darling.
Bye, darling. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, how
What a
lovely.
lovely
How
house.
so generous.
Oh my God, she's
So
amazing.
generous.
She
And
gave
such a-
£2,000 to Great Ormond Street at my charity ball.
Oh,
Wow.
Such a nice, she likes you so much, Sherry.
That's
Yeah,
the amazing
she
thing.
loved Sherry. She
Yes,
said
don't
to
go
me
on about
yesterday,
it.
oh, I'm down to meet Sherry because I just find her absolutely hilarious. I didn't know
Really?
why, but I thought I'll save it, you know.
Really.
Fantastic.
Yes.
So you've got another fan club then. That's lovely.
Yes.
Harry is so bitter. Anyway, what's happening? Wednesday?
So we've got What to Watch on Wednesday, and who's coming in?
Tracy is coming in for her 10-minute slot, telling us all about the latest treatments, and Christina from Strictly.
Oh, lovely.
She is gorgeous, isn't she?
Absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, beautiful looking girl. Can't wait to hear all of her beauty secrets.
Absolutely.
I'll see you then.
Lovely. See ya.
Hey, girls.
Bye,
Have a lovely
darling.
rainy day. Bye.
Bye bye.